Let me adjust my camera. How una dey? So yesterday we're having a conversation, yeah. And before I go into that, a lot of people say that they always talk this thing, say, don't inherit ekoke. Yeah. So there was something funny I saw online, and it was like uh, a lot of people say it is stupid to inherit other people's enemies. This is just by the way. Now, yes, it may be stupid to inherit other people's enemies. But if you are my very good friend, I don't know why it is hard for you to at least practice some social distancing from my enemies. You understand? You get person will be my person. Where if you get enemy, as I believe, say you be my person, I be your person. Unless I know be your person, I go give them social distancing. Because it's always a lot of people find it easy to say, I'll not inherit your enemies because of loyalty. I'll not inherit your enemies because of loyalty. How will I really know you are my friend or you are my person if you can't inherit my enemies? I'm just suggest. I don't know. Maybe you guys think about it in a different way. Maybe you can educate me. Because how Satan take become our enemy? Nobody say offend God. We inherit God enemy. Satan no do us anything. No. Satan no do us anything. Now God he offend, and we don't inherit the enemy. I mean, how na see am? No, nothing happened though. Someone said it's not straightforward. It's just I just saw it online and I posted it. I said because I dey always see people they talk say it's not good to inherit other people's enemies. It's not good to inherit, and I agree. Why should I inherit your enemies? But there is a level of friendship I would ascribe to someone, or someone would ascribe. It's echoing. Oh yeah, I know wetin happen. Now the stupid mic, I must have gone to press. Can you hear me now? I must have gone to press something. Is it still echoing? Is it still echoing now? It's better now. Okay, so that's not the main conversation. That's just something I just saw it and I posted it and I was like, okay, you understand? So the main topic is Daly said it depends on the substance of what happened. Now, let me look for somebody that I believe is my friend, like Pastor Toby or simply Vic. Those are my friends. Now, I don't expect, let's imagine Kamaruddin, for instance, offended me. I don't expect Pastor Toby or simply Vic to become an enemy because I'm their enemy. Of course, I expect some level of distance. I don't want to come to your house and see my enemy with you in your house. They do my body one kind. Like I said, I may be wrong. How una view am? I'm not teaching you here, I'm just having this conversation and I'm looking at it from my own side, and for all you know, my side is wrong. You get what they talk. For all you know, I'm wrong. But how do you feel if somebody that you thought was your friend, somebody will don't become your enemy, you can't go to the person that will be your friend house, can't see your enemy there, and your friend is saying, I can't inherit your enemy. I don't know. I see it as funny. Someone says it's not that straight. I agree, it's not that straightforward. You will feel bad. Anybody will feel bad. If this person is my person, there are people that I consider my people. There are some people I don't consider you my person, so I will not feel bad. You understand? But you get who I could go in house, see person I believe in my enemy there. Now, I've always believed something in life. We could be very good friends today and bitter enemies tomorrow. And we could be bitter enemies tomorrow and friends. There are people who I've blocked that I ended up working with. This guy that was on my live yesterday, Savvy Initiatives. Now fight, we take fights, Catapito, big group. Where I block him. Now fight, we take fight. But guess what? Later on in life, we met, we worked together, we are still working together. The fact that I'm not coming to America for the Savvy Initiative Awards does not mean I'm not working with them. I'm still working with them till now. If you go to my page, you still see the preparation, the countdown to the event. So life is very flexible, it's very dynamic. That woman that you are walking down the aisle with and thanking God, giving testimony that, I don't find my wife. One day you and I will be inside court. Make sure you won't take the very last thing where you get. Sabio, God bless you. Sabio, shake way for me, it cost me. I cost Sam, we fight. We don't turn party. John. You understand? So there are many people that I don't believe I will ever follow talk again for my life. But one thing I've learned as a 49-year-old is we make up to break up and break up to make up. We make up to break up and break up to make up. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? We will always see eye to eye on so many things. But then there will be one or two things that we will not see eye to eye on. But I will feel bad if I really rate you. Person where I no rate, you could not believe say they do me, meanwhile I himself they do. But person where me I rate. If me and Dele they fight now, for instance, and Dele offend me, and I go Kamorudin, where supposed to be my guy house, and I see Dele there, I go vex. You understand? Then me and Dele fi make up tomorrow. But me and Kamorudin no go ever really dey good again. Because sometimes enmity there are people I've been very close to, we quarreled, ended up not being close again. And there's some that the relationship will mend and you guys will be good. So life is funny, Sha. There's no beginning and end. There's no absolute 100 and there's no absolute 0. So that's why people say it is stupid to inherit somebody else's enemies. It does not mean it's wrong. Yeah, sometimes there are some people's enemies that you should not inherit because they themselves no worth anything for your life. So why are you inheriting their enemies? Or sometimes that enmity is egoistic. The person don't really do them anything, and them just they count them as their enemy. But then also sometimes there are people that hurt you deep, and then you now see them in the house of somebody where you believe say na your person. If he pain you, I may be wrong. Over to today's topic. I want us to talk about abroad marriages and why it's so difficult to find a husband or a wife. I want to eat granite. Granite, they hungry, man. I don't chop banga today. I don't know why I still get hungry. Sorry, make una no vex. So we had this conversation in the middle of the night last night. We had this conversation in the middle of the night last night. You get banana, come and let me share the granite. And if you help me with my house rent, no need. Bridge day lucky here. Carry your load, go live under there. Where I know you from, where they ask me for house rent. You're not even asking me to give you food money. No, you chop. I can help you with your house rent. Damn, Lola, how you doing? Baba. Baba, bridge day this like you. Just carry your load, go there. You go there, okay. You can come pay your rent. You don't get papa. You don't get mama. If you don't get papa and mama, no be maybe your papa and mama. I know if help you. I don't know you before. I'm waiting with this, so I don't they call me. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, send the access code. I'm at the gate now.
Oh, Norma.
Yeah.
God will bless you. Hey, suya night. Oh. And I never pay for the suya. Oh. 50,000 naira suya. Oh. Norma. I'm going to say that please help me with sugar. I want to drink Gary. Yeah, that's how they tell you. I don't know it from anywhere. You don't jump, enter my life. Daddy, freeze. I want you to help me with my house rent. House rent, call. Oh, why you can rally for? Why you no come meet me so I buy a house for you? Now go they do like premature picking wait inside incubator. I'm on no go. I should be test you, baby. Now be where they even answer una. Now they make una get mind. 50K no plenty oh. Now because una day abroad. 50K no plenty oh. So back to the conversation we're having yesterday. I said it's very hard to find a spouse abroad. Now, A God Savage joined me yesterday, and he said, no, it's not hard. It's people that make it hard. So it is hard actually, but it is people that make it hard. Imagine me now going to Canada now. I say I must marry Yoruba. Not just Yoruba, because Yoruba to Yoruba's problem they will just like Mbisi. Igbo person if you no want marry Mbisi. They say if you see snake, you see Mbisi. You go buy the Mbisi, leave the snake. Now so Igbo to Igbo. Yoruba, they say no marry Ijesha, no marry Ijebu. No marry Ijebu, They go do you like this, they go do you like this, they go do you like this. Since I small, now my parents when they ring that inside my ear, say no marry Ijebu, no marry Ijebu. Okay, so imagine say I go abroad now, I dey Canada. Not only do I want to marry Yoruba, I want to marry Yoruba from my side where we understand each other. Then inside that, she must still fine. So the criteria, Canada get population of 30-something million people. Only me don't use my hand reduce some to Yoruba. The whole Canada, maybe the Yoruba way they Canada will be like 500,000. Then Christian will be half. So 250,000 the whole Canada. The one way fine will be like 4,000. The one way single inside the one way fine go be like 500 in the whole country. Among the ones way single, some na single mother. The one way single, way never born, go be like 20. So I'm looking for a Yoruba Christian of a certain age group. She must be fine. She must get yash. She must get comfort. Erickson, I've been waiting for her name, Bobby. So she must be a package. And then she must go school. She must get manner. Baba, you don't reduce 30-something million people to 5. Now, the girl where you want, that spec where you want, now 5 did the whole Canada. Guess what? How eligible are you? Among the 2 to 3 million people, Canadians, non-Canadians, Yoruba, non-Yoruba, Igbo, Muslim, pagan, how eligible are you? How well have you done in your life that it is you she will pick? Or it is you that he will pick? So it is not hard to find a spouse. It is hard because you have built a cemetery around yourself and have decided to sit down inside one grave inside that cemetery, and you have believed that somebody will come and join you inside that grave. From when you don't zero out Oyinbo. You don't forget, say, population of Oyinbo for Canada. Oyinbo alone, inside 30 million, fit be 22 million. You don't zero out Oyinbo. You don't zero out AKT. They don't get character, they don't get character, they don't get this. You see, anybody in America or in Canada or in UK that is Nigerian ran away from Nigeria. And one of the things they ran away from is Nigerian culture. Me and Taste Buds still they talk am today as we're driving home from where we went to shop. I ask him, I say 50-50 wey be Oyinbo people ideology. Mary Yoon yesterday was with us. I asked Mary Yoon, I said, do you want to do 50-50? He said no. So let's get this straight. You want me to carry over what I was doing or what my father was doing in Nigeria? I can never remember my mother contributing to rent when we were growing up. My papa did take care of rent. My papa did take care of school fees. My papa did take care of food. As man. Baby freeze! Baby freeze! Go and get the suya. Quickly. My father used to take care of house rent, school fees, food. I can remember when we're growing up, at least when he had money, my mother used to, if my father pays the school fees, my mother will maybe buy uniform. So in my house then it was like 80-20. If I want to be fair on my parents, at least when we're in secondary school, it stopped in university. University, my mother started taking care of me because me and my papa quarreled. But at least secondary school, it was about 80-20. I've never seen my father in the kitchen before. I've never, ever, I don't remember. Unless maybe I know Sabi, maybe I suppose cooking food, but I know con Sabi. Then he wants to show me how to do it. I've never seen my father wash plates before. Get your minds out of the gutter. I mean, wash plates in the sink, not what you are thinking about. In my generation, I'm 49. My father is 30 years older than me. So my father is 79, is going to be 80 this September. So anybody that has an 80-year-old, has a 75 to 90-year-old father, now papa and my papa be age mate. If you see your papa for kitchen before, if you talk in a lie, the people now the lower set. Maybe your papa now they turn 60, or your papa now they turn 65. And there was a bit of a mental shift around that timestamp. So people were a bit more lead, but I never see my papa. All my friends, I never see their papa for kitchen before. So your father is between 70 and 90. If you tell me say your papa they enter kitchen, I lie. You know many. And unless the father was sick, he was in charge of everything going on in that house. Once they don't bring, somebody said the papa know they do anything. They don't bring the bulk of the money. They know they don't bring the money. We get house girl and my papa they pay. So now, here's my problem. You want me to pay the bills like my father paid, but you don't want me to get the benefits that my mother gave my father. If I'm paying bills, why should I be doing dishes? If I'm paying bills, maybe I can help you with maybe throwing out the trash. Let's say we get dishwasher. Now you go load them. Now you go press on. You know, say loading that dishwasher and pressing it and still work. They bring money and they throw commands. Finish. My papa hate wasting food. Now the only reason if they come near dining area, they listen, say I'm the one washing plates tomorrow. Somebody say toxic parents. It's not toxic parents. It's a benefit. Our mothers did not enjoy it. Because our mothers' salaries were for our mothers. Because if my papa begin to wash that plate, make my mama to bring half of the rent, half of the school fees, now my mind go paying. So there was nothing wrong with it. It's a service. I believe in the 50-51. It works. The one I hate, the one I despise is the hybrid. The one me I can never tolerate is the hybrid, the Nigerian version, where a Nigerian woman wants a man to pay 80% of the bills, and that man should still help her wash plate and sweep floor. That one I know if he take. I don't mind 50-50. The rent is $3,000. Where's your 1.5? Every month we spend $1,200 on food. Where's your $600? The children's school fees is $5,000. Where's your 2.5? Then we share the house. Maybe my wife does the washing, I do the ironing. Maybe my wife mops the floor, I sweep the floor. My wife loads the washing machine, I load the dishwasher. No problem. But that you expect me to bring, see, if I'm bringing 70%, forget 80%, 70% of the money the house is using to run. Once I enter the house like this, I remove my shoe on my television and put my leg up, and I expect to be served. If I'm paying 70 to 80% or more of the monthly bills in a house, I'm not going to come home and do anything. I'm going to come home. I'm going to put my leg on the sofa. I'm going to bring my remote control and turn on my television. And I expect that not just the food that I will eat will be brought to me. The water, one water that we first bring it, I will use it to wash my hand, to eat. Then the second water, when I finish eating, I will wash my hand and you will take it away. If not, let's share everything 50-50. I don't mean 60-40. Some people say 60-50. I mean, 60-40 is not manly. A man should do more in the house. That's stupidity. If you are a man, you are doing more in the house and they are not serving you, you are a fool. Let me repeat it again. Or they're near the dinner. Agbako near. You are bringing 60-80% of what they used to run the house, and you are still throwing dustbin. You are washing plates. You are sweeping floor. Olori buruku nie. Olori buruku nie. Now there are situations where the woman is not earning much. Let's imagine the husband is earning. No. I will say it to any man that is listening to me now. Give your wife ultimatum. If your wife is working, she'll bring her salary. That's not love. That's stupidity. That's not love. That's stupidity. A real man is served like a king. What if she's pregnant? She serves me like a king. See, can you women just go and bring your half of the rent? Can you just go and bring your half of the rent? I can wash plate, oh. I can sweep floor. But I will not do it when I'm the one carrying the bill. In 2025, a woman and a man are supposed to share the bill. 50-50. Lady G, God will bless you. She said, I will never serve a man. I believe in 50-50. I like Lady G. I like Lady G. I will never serve a man. Bring the bill, let's share it. I like that. Now you, where you want me to pay your bill, I not already serve. Now you, they mad. You they mad. I don't tell you now. If you want them to pay your bills, be ready to serve a man and make a man feel like a king. The follower, no, if you live abroad. Guys, you work hard for your money. If you're going to pay bills, best believe you need to be served. The bride is the greatest woman on earth. She says she can do both. She will contribute 50-50 and still serve a man. Those are the women you should look for. A woman that will contribute 50-50 of the billing and still serve you is a woman made out of gold. Is a woman created out of the finest china and linen. You are one of a kind. You are special. The same woman that cannot serve her husband at home, and the husband is taking care of her bills, will go and serve her pastor. Daddy, my daddy in the Lord. Oh, my daddy has spoken. Kò ní dá fún wa àti daddy ní ṣoríire. Ẹ máa máa ráre kiri. Bí ikú dàáyá lẹ ṣe máa máa ráre kiri. Tẹ́ ẹ ní mọ bí tẹ́ ẹ sọnù sí. Àti wọ́ àti daddy in the Lord. Ayé yín méjèèjì ò ní dá ẹ ní ṣoríire. You and your father in the Lord not better for any of you. But a man that does the same is a fool. Oh yeah, a complete fool. A woman should choose one of two things. 50-50. And you and the man will wash plate, sweep floor 50-50. Or the man takes care of your bills and you serve him. Any other thing is cheating. Not let them cheat your son. Domesticated men that people have abroad. Your dog and your puppy are the same. You should even put food. Have you ever seen me feed my pigeons before? I'll do pee, 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 and pour the food on the floor. And the pigeons will run and be eating it. That's what people have turned your men to. Hey, pee, pee, pee. The man will run. Quack, 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 and you will pour food on the floor for him. Olórí burúkú ọkùnrin. Aláìwúlò. They don't domesticate you finish. They don't give lion ponytail inside the mane. Until so dàkúdà. Any woman will want to do everything, because a mumu she still be, but it's better for a woman to be mumu than a man. Because as a man of the house, you have to show strength. You go to war. You go and defend the woman and come home, and she kneels down and serves you the cake. Serves you food. Serves you cake. Imagine I'm paying 80% of the bill. And they live with Olori Buruku where they bring 20% of the bill. I say, open your leg, you say you get headache. You don't go better for that your head where they ache you. Headache, kuni. From that headache, they will bury you straight knee. I'm paying 80% of the bill. 80% of what we are eating. I now touch you, I say, baby, you say you have headache. That headache, that day, now the headache go kill you. No better for you. You want to be able to tell a man, no, I'm tired. You want to be able to tell a man, no, you have a headache. You better bring 50% of what they used to run the house, you. That's what qualifies you to have headache. And then be careful how your head they ache you. Because there's a girl outside there waiting for your husband. She will take good care of him. That BJ where you say you know sabi do, you cannot use your mouth that used to pray to do BJ. Don't worry. There is a girl that prays better than you and does BJ better than you. By the time they handle your husband for half price, half the stress, he doesn't need to go to a house and wash plates. By the time he's done with her, he will carry you and abandon you by the roadside where you belong. As in, they are paying your bill, you are contributing only 20%, and you have headache. You better go and drink Panadol Extra. Tell him, darling, give me 10 minutes. I want to drink this Panadol Extra so you can walk, so I can come and hang my leg on the ceiling fan for you like you deserve. Oh, great husband of mine that is a provider. You want to marry a provider, and you want to have headache. Go and ask your mother in the village whether they had headache. Headache, call. Let me tell you one village Umuna settlement where I witnessed. Baba, I won't run mad that day. Now I realize, no wonder when they wrong go abroad. The woman come meet the man. The Umuna come complain, say the husband to the bencham. Say the bencham for morning, he the bencham for afternoon, he the bencham for night. The same way they go call the husband come. Now they go say, they go bring the husband come. Now they ask and say, hey, you they provide for this woman? Say yes. You they give her food? Yes. Say they give her bathing soap and pomade. I can never forget that. There are two words where they use bathing soap and pomade. He say they buy. You they pay children's school fees? He say they do. Everything where they ask her, I say they do. They come ask the woman, say, so what's now the problem? Man saying she cannot do one thing that she's tired. Now they look the man. Now they tell the man, say, you want to buy this woman, you too, you don't overdo. If you know that you must do it so many times, why don't you marry a younger wife that can handle it instead of buying this woman? See as the angle where they carry and go now. They're not telling us to make it reduce. No man fit tell another man say make it not knock the woman where don't pay dowry for as many times as he like. The best they go tell him be say, you don't say you want wound and you want buy her. Why you don't marry another younger one so that you feel they share the responsibility between the two of them? The woman wear a cloth go out, she not talk that matter again. She go learn how to open leg inside headache. You want to marry a provider. A man should be a provider. No go better for that your mouth where they talk provider. You want a provider, but you have headache. Cancer of the head, longwa, is headache. In fact, what do they call them? Blastoma. There's one particular blastoma where they catch people for brain. Then they find. So that your head go feel AQ so you don't go feel do anything. Your husband, they feed you, they buy you Brazilian hair, they buy you Hermes, then you make a second wash dishes for house. So I don't talk my own. I have nothing against 50-50. As a matter of fact, I encourage it. 50-50 is very good for a woman. 50-50 affords you headache. You can have headache once in a while because now they share it. Baby, I'm bringing my own side of the responsibility. Today I have a headache. 50-50 allows you. 80-20, it no go better for you and that your headache. They're supposed to cut the head so you don't go feel AQ again. I hear mother need a low headache. And you want to marry a provider, and you cannot serve the provider. That thing you're looking for, God will help you find it. Follow me argue. I grew up watching my mother serve my father. John, you don't join us live.
Don't join us. Live really?
How far?
Ade.
Wait till you they chop.
Chicken.
Hey, enjoyment master.
I want to like it.
Hey, see how John they dig the chicken. That chicken sweet, have you? Where you get that from?
So I see the warrior.
Hey.
I know that Nigeria did live chicken where you still where they kill.
Wait, yes. No be those freezer chicken. Jello baby.
I dey avoid John though.
Why?
I don't want John wahala.
Why?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
John wahala plenty.
Oh yeah, the thing where I talk, the matter where I talk. Oh yeah, George am.
Which one do you want me to judge? Is it the woman part or the...
The what?
Now the phrase everything is understanding and what both of them agree on. I mean,
How can you tell a man to shortchange himself because of understanding?
That the phrase whether 50, 50, whether 80, 100, whether whatever, don't deny your husband fake. That is my own summary.
I agree with you on that one. But I want to ask you.
Be fair, no, that the phrase to be fair. If you are outside Nigeria, you are in abroad, and both of you are working, you are almost earning equal amount of money when you go out to work. So it will be very, very unfair to think your husband should handle everything. If you are saying your husband should handle everything, it means he's got nothing left. It means he's going to work and everything is going to be emptied. Why the woman keeps the money? So it is fallacy to say the man should do everything, except if the man is into business, not really working, then we can give him the benefit of the doubt to take care of the whole house responsibility. But I will also say that even in Nigeria, we still have women who contribute almost or half to the running of the house too. So I don't think it's just in abroad. Because I
have no problem. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I have no problem with anybody contributing half or 3/4 but a woman that is not ready to contribute half wants to be taken care of should serve that man. That's my angle. John, how you see him?
That the phrase, my take on this already. You're not far away from the truth. The thing is, I ask these men that feel that they'll shoulder all the responsibility of a household while their wife goes out to work and come back and still not do anything. What does their wife now do with their money? If I am the one paying the bills, one, I expect that as soon as I walk into the house, my freshly made food is on the dining waiting for me. You cannot be tired when you're not contributing. If you're working, that if you have a job that gets you tired, then that job should pay you well. What that means is that if I build a house, if rod finish, I'll tell you until rod don't finish you. No, that's find money where I use by a rod. Do you understand? So, but if you feel you have a job that gets you so tired, and yet you don't contribute, then where does the proceeds of that job go to? Most of the women that do that thing, now sugar boy that they use as finance outside.
God will bless you abundantly.
Now sugar boy, get one sugar boy wait outside where they use as finance. Because you cannot tell me you have a job that exhausts you and pays you. You can't tell me that money is going to where is it going to? Savings account?
Maybe they are the cash cow of the family back home.
Cash cow of which family?
Their extended family.
Yeah. The family they came from. So me, I'm not the cash cow of my own family.
God will bless you.
No, you don't have that right. According to this,
I don't have that right.
According to this,
take care of my.
I'm being sarcastic, John.
He's being sarcastic. He's not really.
Because me, I don't understand though. Because me, I get Papa. We need funds. So that difference is all this. What you're saying is not far from the truth, and these women they know it. But what our women want is our women want an African man who will behave like an American man.
Exactly my thoughts.
You have to choose your battles. If you want an African man that is a sole provider, then you should be the regular African wife. You have to be the regular African wife. And if we're doing 50-50, don't worry. Don't even cook, Save. I'll cook.
Fantastic.
Can the woman even do 100? So that I'll be cooking and cleaning the house.
There are some women, even in Nigeria, that do 100.
Adam, they don't pass 5.
And they're going to tell their husband every day how useless the husband is.
Not just that, their neighbors, their neighbors will know that they're the one doing 100. A woman cannot shoulder the responsibility of a family for more than 2 weeks without neighbors knowing. But a man will comfortably do it for the rest of his life.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
A man will comfortably, even the school fees, if you want to pay the school fees, you go give him a wife, may go pay. Maybe like say they contribute something. The children don't even know that the papa they pay the school fees. Like, for instance, I know a woman who owns a school where pursue her own children come out from school because the papa never paid the school fees. The school now, the husband opened the school for her.
Our people day.
If pursue the children go house,
Is this
say
for
they
real?
never pay school fees.
Is
Tell
this
you
for
the
real?
truth. Tell you the
real?
truth.
That's
Bro,
to the extreme.
it is all over. It is all over social media. There's another woman whom their son had a medical condition and required, I think, 500,000 naira. They took the child to the hospital. The hospital said they will have to deposit 500,000 naira. This man had only 100,000 naira in his account. He paid the 100,000 naira and went out to go and look for the balance of 400,000 naira.
Madam,
Before he came back, the child died.
Ha.
You know what made him divorce the woman? After they had buried the child, the wife phoned there on top table one day. You know how person go send the alert? You go drop, can't show the balance. This woman had 4-point-something million naira in her account. And left her husband to go and look for money, balance of 400,000 naira, and they lost the child.
Huh.
You want to talk to you know they do it again?
Ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́gbọ́n yẹn.
It's
The
heartbreaking.
man talks to you know they do it again. It was all over social media. The man say you know they do it again.
In Nigeria,
Yes,
in
now.
Nigeria.
Your own
So we
Peking.
need to. The problem is, I really don't blame women. What I blame are this generation of men that are trying to form woke. That are behaving like zombie.
so John, you have to cut the men some slack, right? So they're in a society where they are being caved into something else completely.
That society cannot give me. You see, that American society can never give me this world.
If you are there, you wouldn't have choice. That's why you are not there, Mr.
Why won't I have choice? Why won't I have a choice? I have the choice to divorce. I have the choice. I have the choice to divorce you immediately. I have the choice to divorce you immediately.
You need to tread with caution in that regard because again,
Why? Divorce?
yes, because
Right.
you may end up working for the fellow, and then they will end up doing nothing. Because
Working
of
for the fellow?
Yeah, for the woman because of the
Why?
interest.
Now abroad, now that one they happen, no be Nigeria.
Yeah,
Why?
Exactly. That's
Why will I?
You leave my house now. As you come, now you go go.
Why will I even work?
You
for
go
her?
as you come.
Let me tell you something. Go and check. You see this? Where's that guy's name? That Nigerian guy that the wife married her, and the wife was a part of this. Is an actress. Portia. She just realized that house that she's claiming she inherited has a debt of $7 million. Wise man.
Go bad dia. Iceman.
A debt of $7 million on it.
But yes, you blasted that guy when that case came up. Remember?
Now my hero. We don't know under. That time we don't see under. Read the oral.
Was it up to $7 million?
$7 million. $7 million.
That's $7 million.
Portia. How do you lose and think you are winning?
So if I to bring back this conversation to that the phrase tied to that it's difficult for someone to find a good wife or husband abroad. My take is when it comes to finance, one of the major contention among couples abroad, for instance, Nigerians or Africans, is finance and again bashing that the phrase will always highlight. So those are the two things that sort of bring those sort of chaos within the family. Now, from my experience in the UK, I know that when it comes to single income, there is a huge variation between a single income and a household income. What a household income can do, a single income can't do that, except maybe you are among the top 1% of society. And when I say top 1%, that means you are earning close to £500,000 every year. No, $500,000 annually every year. And once you're within that particular band, the tax you're going to start getting from the government is off the roof, right? So let's now go back to the ONS, which is the Office of the National Statistics. So I think they released the data maybe a month ago about the average earnings in the UK. And the average earning was pegged at about £2,200
per month.
And that's 2,200 before tax, right? Now, if you're within that particular band, it means that you're going to have about 20% income tax deducted. So take off 20% from that money, it comes down significantly. And then they go ahead to remove something called the National Insurance Tax, which is your NI, and that's about 13.something%. So technically, directly from the government, you have about 33.something% leaving your account, your salary directly before it comes to your bank account in the first place. And then you now have something called the council tax, which is going up astronomically every single year. So at the end of the day, what that person may be taking home is around 1.5-ish or 1.6. So if you say you want to go on a single front, let's say as a single mother or a single dad, you're really hitting the rock. And that is why the system indirectly still punishes you, at the same time claiming to protect you on the other leg of the argument. So the bottom line is we actually need to settle down amongst our own community, because when you look at the Indian community, you look at the Asians, these are Pakistanis and all of them, they have their household intact, clearly. And that is why they are pushing and breaking boundaries. You can see that the last government, which is Shinak, is of Indian origin. The Home Office was from Indian as well. So you can see that these guys are really hitting the very top of society. Whereas in our own community, we are more engaged in pettiness, issues that will not really lead to anywhere. I'm this, I'm that, I'm all of that. So if you want to do 50-50, go all out and do 50-50. 50-50 means that if the house rent is £800, you bring in 400. If feeding is about, let's say, £500 every month, you bring in 250. So at the end of the day, you share that amount of money equally. Now, the question I want to ask is, will you share pension equally as well? This is the question.
Because it's a mutual exchange now. No, bro, you're getting it wrong. 50-50 means that. 50-50 means that. 50-50 means that if I have paid for the house, you will be paying me rent. If I've paid for the house, if the house is fully paid for, you will be paying me rent. I'll calculate the rental value of that house.
So that means you are...
And every month you will come and give me.
That means you need to be among the top 1% or top 5%, because for you to pay off your mortgage, for instance, most of the times it takes about 30 years. So
I know a lot of people that live in the UK that have like 3 houses that they have that they are already paid off.
Well, it depends on the kind of houses that they bought and the kind of houses they are paying.
I know a lot of people. So if you're saying 50-50, I will not marry into a house that is fully paid off for. And end of the month, you go pay me rent now if you're going to be doing 50-50. The fact that I married you into a house that is fully paid for is a burden off your chest. And if you have to do 50-50,
what we should have
you pay rent.
Is concerted effort as a team. Like both parties should have a common goal. It's not this idea of I bring 50, or you bring 40, I bring 60. Every party should have one single goal. When I look around where I am right now, for instance, I see people driving the best cars. When you look inside the cars, they have gray hairs. When you look further, you see there is a man and a woman inside the car. When you look at the areas they are coming from, they are the highbrow areas that they are really expensive. You see houses in those areas, £1 million. This is where those people are coming from. Now, when you go down the spectrum, you look at people that are fighting for, I pay 50, I don't pay 40, I do this, I don't do that. they are within the lower band of the housing ladder, then you beg to wonder, okay, what is the whole essence of all of these fights without unity and all of that? So if we really want to progress as a society and as a people, I think that once you marry someone or you want to marry, you people should have a common goal. And the common goal should be that this is our target and this is what we want to achieve. And if this is not what you want to achieve, keep it going. Simple as ABC, just keep it going. Because
it's easier to progress as the two
in the West, yeah.
You know, it won't start fast and so it doesn't slow you down. But if we are together and you want one person to take all the bills, be in charge of everything.
You can't in the West. You can't. Yeah. You can't. You'll break. You'll break.
While other people are achieving 4, 5 years still in your one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and it is not worrying. Then women are changing. Like the prejudice will be giving the break every time, every second.
But the other thing is when you look at the people that are sort of relocating or jackpotting and all of that, you see the people who are sort of funding those relocations. Majority are usually the men. Okay, so back in Nigeria, the men are earning really good and they have everything almost intact, right? So they fund all of this relocation. Many a times you see them that you have a family of 5, husband and wife and 3 kids. And then suddenly these people are here. And before you know it, the other party who had nothing to contribute significantly turns around and starts saying all sort of trash to the men. And that is why in our own community, for instance, in the Nigerian community, amongst Nigerian community. And this made me to think a couple of weeks ago by saying that it seems that the marriages in Nigeria are based on sustainability, not love. And that is why when you go on social media, for instance, you see people saying, I define man who will take care of me. That in itself already is a wrong impression of the reason why you want to go into marriage. Okay? So if you actually got into marriage because you're looking for what do you call this now? Family support or poverty alleviation scheme. That's what you're looking for.
Everything in Nigeria is a poverty alleviation scheme. JLo, I beg, one guy wants to come. I'll bring you back later because I still need a woman. One guy wants to come. When Dr. Peter finishes talking, I'll bring a woman because I need a woman here. At least may not be say we shave their head behind their back.
So when you look at that particular angle, which is more like...
I'll bring you back now, JLo. Let me bring the gentleman. Continue, Dr. Peter.
Okay. So when you look at that poverty alleviation scheme, the reason why people get into marriages, for instance, I'm not saying that is the only reason. One of the reasons is you see that is what is the main reason why these people are getting into that line of sort of next stage of life. Okay, I want someone that will take care of me, blah, 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 blah. And back there in Nigeria, the guy is footing the bill, paying the rent and all of that. You have your personal car. He has his own personal car. The children have their personal car. You know, they have drivers, house help, and all of those kind of things. At that stage, many of the opposite gender are not really earning. And even though they are earning, they're not earning at the same level as the men who are footing the bill for this relocation. So for me to round up my point is, now because these persons got into that sort of union based off from poverty alleviation scheme or sustainability.
Somebody said that the freeze, do you consider antenatal, gestation, delivery, and care for the babies are considered as payment for the upkeep of the house? I want to ask you, gestation of whose baby? No be your picking. Did I carry my girlfriend's child to come and give you, say, make you help me carry him as surrogate? How do you consider what you do for yourself? The pikin will go still take care of you for old age. How are you considered part of my own payment? No be your pikin. If na Igbo land, where if you born the pikin and you leave my house, you give me the pikin. Pikin will be our pikin. You want to bill me for the pikin where you they born for yourself. Omo.
And the child is sharing 23 chromosomes from the parent, from the mom, and 23 from you.
Baba.
So 46. So it's two persons in one.
Everything is equal abroad. And that's why I like abroad. I believe a man should help his woman. I don't believe that a man should become a woman's slave. Just my thoughts. All right. We have a God in the house. Big shout out, brother. How is the preparation coming for Sarah? 4th of October, Chicago. We're all waiting. We can't wait, Seth. If you like, say make it be tomorrow. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Audio.
You're mute.
Oh yeah, sorry, I muted myself.
Thank you very much.
So everything is going well. Everything is going amazing. Thank you very much. I wanted to chip in real quick. There's a lot that has been said, but I feel like we are being partial in a way, right?
John, they say you are being partial.
Yes. I feel like there's social structures. See, if you're living in Nigeria or you're living somewhere else, you live in Nigeria, you live in Dubai, you live in America, everything that happens in those societies are very different, right? Some of these things are, in a way, like opposites. But somehow when we're having this conversation, it's like we want to condense everything together, right? Or we want to look at it from one lens. John wants to look at it from the perspective of, oh, I'm a Nigerian man, I'm an African man. Yes, we are all African men, but there's a reason we came here. And this was the same challenge I had with the lady yesterday, where she was talking about she wants an Igbo man in Canada, and she's not open to any other person. And I'm asking, are you going to be an Igbo wife if you're looking for an Igbo man, right? So the point I'm trying to make here is, all of these things that we're describing, I think that it's easy. Most of the time, I find it that it's easy for people to just think things from their perspectives, and I understand that point. But if we are meeting in environments like this, I guess it's the nuance. We want to understand all the little nuances of that situation, right? So, John, to your point, I can provide in America, and I did provide in America, but it still did not mean that I don't have to wash dishes. Doesn't mean that, right? I don't know if any one of you guys here have been married before, or you've been with a woman that is pregnant and all of those things, right? When my wife was pregnant, it was important that I helped out. Did that make me less of an African man? And just because I'm paying all of the bills, does that mean that I should not be able to help to do dishes? Or if something is on the ground, just because she has a baby, help her pick it up? And you see, the reason why I want to come and share these views is very simple. I feel like when we're talking, we have a responsibility with our voices. There's a lot of young people that are listening to us. A lot of young people that are listening to us, right? And sometimes in some cases, I think that we are adding to this concept of these gender wars without us really giving them the information and explaining the nuances of this issue. That's just true. I did everything, but I would still do things. I would still sometimes help to go to the store and grab things. Even though I'm married from another culture. The point I'm trying to make is, I am a man. My manliness, or what it means for me to be a man, does not come from me undermining a woman or anything. It comes from me protecting a woman and a home. That's how I see it, right?
All right. Hey God, before you go any further.
Give me 1 second.
Oh, yeah.
Give me 1 second. What makes me a man is because I take responsibility. I can protect, I can provide, I can do all those things, right? And don't get me wrong. There's something I need back as well, right? I'm not saying that there's no reciprocity.
Okay, so what do you want back?
It's not so much what I want back. It's so much what helps our situation work. So
want back. So what do you want back?
No. It's not like that's what I'm saying. Hold on. It's not so much as a want.
All right.
Right?
Sorry. Hey God, I want us to streamline the conversation. Only a wicked man, whether you are providing or not, will see that your wife is pregnant and helpless and still expect her to serve you?
Daddy Freeze, I wanted to answer that question when he was
No,
done.
no, but you will answer it. Let us have a scenario where she's not pregnant.
Yes.
You are both earning $35 a month.
Yeah.
You are earning 3.5, she's earning 3.5. I believe everything should be split in the middle. Dutch.
No, he foots the bill.
No. I'm saying this, hold on. If, however, out of the 7,000, okay, let's imagine we are both earning 3.5. Our combined income after tax is 3.5, 3.5, that's 7K.
Yeah.
It takes us 5K to run the house. I believe you owe me 2.5, I owe you 2.5. However, if I decide that I'm going to give all of my 3.5, I am going to have no savings. And all you're going to bring is 1.5. So you're going to have a whole 2K to yourself.
Mhm.
Whether you use it for your family, whether you drop it as deposit for a designer bag, or whatever you use it for yourself. I expect you to serve me. I will not come home and do dishes. It makes me less of a man because now I'm being stupid. I'm not a provider, I'm a fool. A provider is I'm earning 10K, you are not working. I'm providing. But that we are both working. As I'm getting up in the morning, going to wear my clothes to run and catch the bus, you are also going. So that going out that you are going and coming, what is its relevance to me?
What's the purpose to the family?
Thank you very much. Now, John, talk, then he will answer us. Oh, yeah.
Daddy Freeze, please.
Yes, John, go ahead.
You know, when people want to downplay a conversation, they bring sentiment into it. For example, even while you're at work, if someone is sick, you ask him to go home and rest. Even an employee that you pay salary, if he comes in with symptoms of ill health, you ask him to go home and take a rest. A pregnant woman is a sick woman, whether you like it or not. She's sick. She's not feeling fine. There are abnormalities in her body, in her hormonal, the way her body reacts to things. So it is so right that you treat her like a sick person. Just like you telling me that, so if your wife is sick, you cannot cook for her.
Exactly.
I will not have a wife who has malaria and tell her to go into the kitchen and go and cook.
No.
Absolutely.
Human instinct tells you that at that point, this person requires care.
Yeah, it's vulnerable.
John, what you're saying, John, what you're saying right now is what I want you to say. See, listen, I'm just triggering you. No, hold on, John, wait, John, I'm not arguing with you, John, give me 1 second. My brother, wait, let me talk to John. Hold on 1 second. We understand ourselves. Just give me 1 second, John. You see what you have done right now? You have relayed a situation where there's a possibility for a man to be like that. When you were talking initially, you went one way, and that's just what I'm talking about. I'm saying that, and if you notice what I said there are people listening to us, right? Hey, John, you presented it one way. You could have said in your argument what you're saying right now. It's all me I'm saying. That there will be opportunities and their situation. Let me Go ahead, John. Go ahead.
What you're saying is like, I am giving someone an employment letter. I tell him that you're supposed to come to work from Mondays to Friday, except from when you're sick. No. I'll tell him you're supposed to resume work by 8 o'clock and close at 5 o'clock, Mondays to Fridays. I don't have to start telling the person when you're sick, you shouldn't come to work. The person knows that when he's sick, he should not come to work.
John, very good analogy. We're
talking about a marriage life that will last a lifetime. And we're talking about 2 children at most, 9 months period. And you expect me to start making an exception with those 2 9 months in the 40 years of marriage? Everybody knows that a sick person is a sick person. You cannot tell me to make it. And what I'm saying that when you're healthy and you go out to work, for you to go out to work and come back home tired, that work must bring back something to the table.
Hallelujah.
Set of the bills.
Robo shembere baby.
Take it to anywhere in the world. If you require me to pay the bills 100%, then you must give up something. That is your time. At that time means you're going to scrub the kitchen, scrub the toilet, take care of my kids. Serve me food, freshly made food. If you don't want, go back to your father's house. It's not by force.
When you joined, I didn't get your name. When you joined, right?
Hey God.
Hey God.
Ayodeji Savage.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when you joined, the approach you came in with, you were trying to say, oh, whatever submission we've done was really not the right way to go. That was the sort of sentiment you brought into the picture, right?
It's not a sentiment. That's how you decided to view it. That's not what I said.
No.
So go ahead.
That's what it is. Because now we're giving you a different perspective. You're not saying no because we are saying this and all of that.
No, you have not. You have just elaborated on another part of what you are saying. That's all it is. I'm not here to argue.
We're trying
I'm just here to ask.
We're trying to minimize the initial submission from myself. And
No, bro. What you are thinking is that's your that's your own insecurity. I'm not down.
Pop my money gun if this is relating to you. Go to Facebook, search for Daddy Freeze. DADDYFREEZE. Click on today's video. Bottom left hand corner, you see how to buy my stars.
trying to analyze your point of view. So be relaxed.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Yeah, be relaxed, please.
Now, body glams. I want to bring a woman. Dr. Peter, I'm going to remove you and bring you back.
Cool. All right.
Body glam says whether the man earns more or less, he should foot the bills. Body glams, come and say this to our face.
Putting the bills is not a problem.
It's not a problem.
But please, before I go to work, my lunch should be in the flask. Very hot. Extremely hot. I dine in so that I'll just pick it and drop it in the car and drive to work. By the time I get back from work, my eba and a goosey soup with 2 very big goat meats should be on the dining. Don't worry, I'll foot the bills. I will foot the bills. In fact, I'll foot the bills and build a house for your father in the village. No problem. But please.
So John, all of these things that you're describing, right? You know the crazy thing is I don't have any oppositions to it. There are women who literally, that's the kind of life that they want. And you also, because you're a man that has everything and you are willing to pay the bills, right? You can make those terms. You can say those things. I don't find what you're saying extreme or anything like that. Absolutely, I don't. I really don't, right? The point I was just trying to make when I joined was, I was trying to say that John, what you have chosen right now is a preference, right? And if we look at you right now, there are certain things that you put in place in your own life that allows you to be able to make those statements and say, this is what I want. So I'm saying that it is very essential that we don't make that like a standard, but let people know that there's... So for instance, I'll give you an instance. Everybody wants to be like Andrew Tate or want to talk like Andrew Tate. Do they have Andrew Tate's money? Do they have his body? Are they a kickboxing champion in the whole world? Do they have a Bugatti? Do they have businesses and all of those kind of things? But they want to talk like him, right? So the point I'm trying to make is, right, this is not a standard for everybody. John, whether you like it or not, right? I know a bit about you. You probably rank among 20% of men in terms of earning, what you do, and all of those kind of things, right? So you can sit here and say all of those things, right? But you're talking to a lot of people that are from different worldviews, that are from different perspectives, coming from different backgrounds and all of that, right? And they're looking at you and they're assuming that, oh, the way John is saying must be the ultimate. Well, not really, because they are not evaluating themselves and realizing where they fit on the food chain for them to be able to say those things, right? John, there's a joke that I make with people, right? I always tell them, if you walk into a room, there are 2 things. Let's assume that you're in a relation, you want to be in a relation. There are 2 things. It is either you are the one that chooses what you want, or you have to wait to be chosen. That's the truth. Anywhere you go to, right? Let's assume it's a social gathering where there are men and there are women, right? Some men go in and they can have their pick, right? Some women too will go in and they will have their pick. And everybody else, you have to wait for somebody to come and pick you. Because you're not on the level, you're not on the threshold for you to go in there and make those demands. So anywhere you go, even in business, at your workplace, anywhere in life, there are pickers and there are the picky. If you are a picky, don't listen to what John is saying, because John is literally coming from perspective of a picker. Because he can go in somewhere and say, you know what, I want what I want, and
John, they say you are a
this is how
picker.
I want it, and there are probably people who are going to wonder. Yeah, no, that is freeze. It's the truth. It's the truth.
So, John,
Right now, we have to wait for somebody to come and say, "Oh, maybe do you want to?"
Oh yeah, wait,
That's the point that I'm
Dr.
trying to make.
Peterson, let me remove you briefly and bring the lady that typed this in. I want her to come and say it. Look John in the eye and say it.
Yeah, before I leave, right? John made his submission initially. I mentioned that there is a certain percentage of people within the top 1% in the UK that can afford to do what John was saying. And I also mentioned that there is something called the household income, that in the UK, the household income has much power compared to a single income. But if you want to go through the route of a single income, then you need to have at least that 5% or 1% of society. That was the point we were making before you came on board. And I think before you came on board, we had a very balanced argument, and it was not leaning to any sort of perspective. I'll be back at DF. Thank you.
God bless you, Dr. Peter. We're bringing a woman now to the conversation. Body Glams is joining us. Pop my money gun if you're watching on TikTok. Super chat, super stickers, and super likes if you're watching on YouTube. All of you watching on Instagram, go to Facebook, search for Daddyfreeze. DADDYFREEZE. Click on today's video. Bottom left-hand corner, you see how to buy my stars. Welcome, Body Glams. Defend this thing that you just said.
John has his perspective, right?
John's perspective is my perspective. So join me and John together.
Okay.
And also Dr. Peterson. So the three of us have a perspective. That doctor that just left, that I took out so that you can come in, we all share the same perspective. So I want you to explain your perspective.
Daddyfreeze.
You guys are APC.
I agree with John. Foot the bill, and I'll take care of the home.
Fantastic. We are not quarreling now.
But you have to foot the bill.
Yes.
I'm a professional. I have a job. I've been married for 24 years. My husband has never asked me for my salary. He foots the bills.
Madam, so, I'm not even going to foot just the bills plus your parents' bills.
No, my fine.
I'm just exaggerating. We Anambra men will go to our wife's village. We build the house for the parents.
That's true.
We build the house for the parents. We build the house for the parents. Because we don't want you to be bothered about how your parents are faring. We don't want you to. We don't want your parents to be calling you to be asking you for house rent. No.
Absolutely. But I grew up in a where my mother.
If I come back home,
as a professional as well, a professor, and he footed the bills. See. 6 of us, he gave us the best. We lacked nothing, right?
Now, I want to ask you anything. What do you do in the house? You don't do anything at all.
Oh, no. You take it. Hang on. You can get a cook. You can hire a cook. You can get someone to clean the house. And
okay, in your own home, what is your contribution to the house? Out of 100%, what do you bring to the table financially?
I'm taking care of 4 children. I'm raising 4 kids.
Give me that in figures, percentage.
Figures. Like I'm taking care of the home. I'm running the home. And I also have a job.
Financially, if you need to spend 100,000 every month on that home, how much of that 100,000 does your husband bring? How much do you bring?
Oh, he brings everything.
The whole 100,000.
Like I said, I agree with John. My husband is an Anambra man. I'm from Abia State. I agree with John. He foots all the bills. I take care of him. In the other room, I take care of him. In the kitchen, I take care of him. Whatever he wants, I give it to him.
I don't have a problem with that.
We all don't have a problem with that.
As I'm coming back home, babe, I want to eat oha soup and goat meat.
I have no problem.
When I get back, the food should be on the table.
Absolutely.
And cooks don't cook for me. Cooks don't cook for me. If I'm married, a cook will not have any place in my house. A cook will not have any place in my house. You can have a house help who helps you clean, but cook, like. Because if you want to have a cook in the house, she has to be a very fine, tall girl with BPL. Because anybody when they cook for me, now I go knock.
Bah, John father.
So the option is left is for you to choose what you want.
My husband knew the kind of person I was. He knows who was going to foot the bills. He knows who was going to foot the bills 100%.
And you don't live in Nigeria, you live abroad.
I live both sides. He's in Nigeria, he's in Abuja. We come back twice a year. He comes here every 3 months. See, I've never paid for a flight ticket. I don't expect to pay for a flight ticket. The secretary calls me, Madam, when are you and your kids coming back? Oga wants to book. I give the date. I get my business class. I travel. He should foot the bill. And he said it to me before. Whatever he can do 110%. He tells me that all the time. He will shoulder it. He says it all the time.
Now, what if you walk in one day and see your husband on top of one small Unilag girl?
Then there's a problem.
She will shoulder it now.
I will not shoulder that one. No,
Who plays? There's this saying: he who plays the piper dictates.
If I pay 100% of the bill, I go get side
He
chick.
who plays the piper
Okay,
dictates
I
the
have a
pace.
story. I have someone who told me this story. Her husband is extremely wealthy in Lagos, right? She came home, contacted, surprised him, and found somebody in her house. What did she do? She came back here. I knew when her hair was falling off, I was going through stress. She went to see a doctor. Now, listen carefully what the doctor said. A male doctor told her, if you want to get through this, go to this website, make friends. I'm not telling you to do anything, but go there, make friends, make male friends, chat with them, and be happy. Now, she went to that website, got an Yoruba, right? She's actually having something to do with Yoruba. The husband doesn't know.
The husband na
Now, who
mumu.
cares? Who cares?
There you go.
The husband na
So two
mumu.
can play that game.
The moment I find out, no. Two can play that game if we are bringing 50-50. If I'm taking care of you 100%, you have to deal with my BS.
Taking care of the home.
Daddy Freeze, the good thing about an African society is I cheat, you catch me, you go. You cheat, I catch you, you still go. Either way.
And why would she go if she catches you?
Nowhere to our father's house.
There is another story.
Madam, you're talking about someone that puts the whole bill, and you're talking about the house being hers.
Okay, sorry. Let me tell you this, guys. A man, they built the house together, right? Her wife in Nigeria caught him with the house help in their house. Who had to go? The funny thing was, the land belonged to her father. The man
And the man is not big. The man is not putting 100%.
That's not footing 100%. That's not a big boy.
He's not big 100%. Sir.
wedding gift, both of them.
He did not bring 100%.
Oh.
He built the house, but he was.
He did not bring 100%. He did not bring
That one, they go divide the house now. Who
He
get
did not
land?
bring 100%.
They go divide the house.
Anybody the land is on his name owns every structure
On it.
So if I'm wedding now and my father-in-law wants to give me a gift, you will change that. If you're giving me, it's either you say
No.
you come and announce to the whole general public.
No, once you give me the land, we will sell it and buy the land next to it.
So Daddy Freeze and John, I got a question, right, as a guy. So
Yeah.
I guess what you guys are getting at is if you foot the bill 100%, right? Also, infidelity comes with that, right? You're supposed to just take everything.
No. That's not what we're saying.
No, because listen, let me explain something to you. Yeah. Look at her scenario. She lives abroad.
Okay.
The husband comes once in
Yeah.
3 months. She goes twice a year. A man is supposed to empty his prostate 21 times a month. It is unfair for the man
It is
who
impossible.
is footing bills to be dealing with cobwebs and agros when there are many young girls that he will give 100,000 naira a pop.
That's not true.
Oh, that is true. 100%.
Where does Gwarimpa?
My
Guys, no. Sorry, sis, please. That's not even my question. John, that's not what I'm asking. That's not the question. I all of that are like I get the facetiousness of that. I just want to know, right? I'm saying the moment a man pays 100%, are you guys saying that everything else that comes with the sacredness of marriage is out the window just because it doesn't?
No. You see, before sacredness of marriage, a man without a prostate cannot be a husband. The prostate, you see, he's working hard. He cannot, if he was in London, he will not be able to foot 100% of the bill. So in Nigeria, where he is, he has to foot 100% of the bill.
Specifically, I'm talking about if they were together. I'm not
Generally,
because you are
talking about generally, right?
Now, if they, you see, according to, I've forgotten what state law in America, if you are married, you must live together, or you go to jail. I've forgotten what, there was a state that actually included that law, that if you are married, you must live together.
Yeah, for the most part.
You understand what I'm saying? Why? Because there are certain benefits both a man and a woman get eventually, psychologically, and in so many other areas. Now, so that a man can be 100% provider, he has given up some things. So that it's not that they will go and be dealing with cancer in future. You as a good wife should appoint one of your young, maybe school daughters or something, to just be helping Baba knead the golaho from time to time, like 2-3 times a week.
Just like the Oyibo is helping that man's right.
As the Oyibo is helping the wife, she's out of the house. Person where they feed, they cheat. Person where they feed, they cheat.
Right.
No. You are only allowed as a woman to cheat back if you are bringing 50-50.
Yeah. Isn't it? Isn't that what as long as 4 of you are happy, everyone is happy.
See, let me tell you something. Like I said earlier, we live in an African society where if I cheat,
100%. You guys always meet parts. African society, the man provides 100%.
And nobody is against the man providing 100%.
Let me give a shout out to Uncle G. Thank you so much. Just send me $10 on YouTube. If you want me to read your chats on YouTube, super chat, super stickers, and super likes, bottom right hand corner, just where you type your comment, you see a rectangle with a $sign in the middle. Click on it. That's if you're watching on YouTube. Pop my money gun if you're watching on TikTok. Super chat, super stickers, and super likes on YouTube. And if you're watching on Facebook, buy my stars. Let me start giving people shouts. You are enjoying what we are saying. Buy my stars. Hey, back to you, my sister.
So madam, like I was saying.
More than men.
Madam, like I was saying. Do you know this argument that in African society, our men provide? It's not true. You can go and ask the people who lived in the past, and they'll tell you that the average African woman of the early days, we are great providers. Should I tell you why?
Why? Because
the wealth of the Igbo man of the 18th century is based on how many yam he has in his yam ban, how many yam bans he have. Now, the man does not farm, the woman does. The man's job and his male children in the farm is doing bush clearing and cultivation. Weeding, maintenance, and taking care of the farm is done by the woman. Now, when those farm proceeds come back home, the woman is the entrepreneur. She will take those proceeds to the market, sell them, and buy the foodstuffs they did not farm and bring back home and prepare meals. The function of a man in the old African society is territorial protection. He is the one that will call when Emeka, his cousin, encroaches into his wife's farmland. He picks his machete from his home and runs to the farm to protect that territory. He's the one that will call when there is territorial dispute amongst them and the neighboring community. He goes to war. Even the Greek Empire, the men were warriors.
Yeah, okay.
The men run shifts in the battlefront. While they're in the battlefront, they don't send money back home. The women trade to raise.
Is that the why paternity fraud is on the increase in Nigeria. What's the reason? What's
The reason why
in Nigeria, the increase?
paternity fraud?
Yeah? Since
Because
do whatever he wants. How come?
Because women, African women are promiscuous. Nigerian women are promiscuous.
John, I think we're digressing. Sorry, I want you to go back. I'm trying to understand what the connection with the previous, the early 1600s or whatever it is that you just quoted in terms of, you talking about, the lack
So
of
she was saying, she
Percent.
said something about African men being providers. I was trying to let her know that the provision that was attributed to African men was defense.
Yeah, but John, what are you defending today? John, when have you carried a machete to protect the territory in the past? So have you done that in your lifetime? Because I see what you're trying to say, and I understand the issue.
Yes, I have done that in my lifetime. I'll answer that question. I have.
So you have had to pick up a machete and go fight for a woman? Is that what you're saying?
No, go fight for my territory.
Yeah, but in this context, we're talking about a home, right? A man and a woman. And,
we are talking about the territory. We're not talking about. You're not fighting for the woman. I said when Emeka, his cousin, encroaches into his wife's farmland, not tries to touch his wife, encroaches into his wife's farmland. He picks up a machete.
I don't disagree with that.
Protect that border.
I completely understand
Emeka, this palm tree is where my land started from. You cannot tell me that my land started after the palm tree.
John, I need to give a special shout out to Uncle G, the Catherines, Uncle G, the Catherines. Omo, the guy don't send me reach $50 now. They gbadu me, Uncle G. God will bless you. Where that $50 is coming from, more will come.
So John, in today's world, I'm trying to understand that.
In today's world, that territorial protection can be seen in modern day Ukraine. When the war broke out in Ukraine, yes sir, I'm coming, don't relax. When the war broke out in Ukraine, Ukrainian women left their boyfriends. They're the ones in Dubai now doing a show. But their men were not permitted to leave Ukraine to defend the territory of Ukraine. Whether you're a shoemaker, a shoe shiner, an engineer, a doctor, you pick up assault rifles and protect Ukraine.
No, and I'm trying to understand the connection to what we're talking about right now.
The connection to what we're talking about is I'm telling you that the primary function of the old African man in the society is territorial defense.
Not entirely. No, hold on, John. I don't want to argue that so we don't go in a back and forth, but not entirely. So let me. You've talked about the history, right? Let me tell you what I understand, right? Over time, everybody here that is alive, we're a consequence of the time that we find ourselves in, and this thing is constantly changing, right? I work in front of a computer today. If I existed some 20, 30, maybe if I existed some 70 years ago,
I'll be waiting for you 15 minutes.
I'll be a bodyguard. I'll be somebody in an army, right? Just because of how tall I am and how I work out and stuff like that.
Baba, John, let me tell you about this guy. He's a giant. His arm is like two of my thigh. He's a soldier. Yeah. As in, normally I always rake for him. When I see him physically, I gentle. He's one head taller than me and I'm 6'1". As in, he's like this beside me. As if you see a hand. So he go there front of battle.
Yeah, I'll be at the front of the battle, but that's not what is required of me anymore, right? All my strength right now is surveillance camera will do that. So the point I'm trying to make is I'm trying to understand the connection in, that primal man, because from time to time, what our roles and responsibilities are continuously changes. It's never static, right? Even her, John, give me 1 second. John, no, I don't need you to explain that. I understand, like, you are using war in Ukraine. That is an extreme situation. Even if war breaks out in America,
I'll use war in America.
Hold on. John, hold on 1 second. John, if what breaks out right now, I don't even need war to break out, right? If anybody comes around my house right now, picking up my strap, and I'm going out there to make sure that the territorial integrity of my house is protected, I get that. I'm speaking in terms of you saying that and I'm back to that question, and you have not been able to answer, and that is freeze. there's something you had said earlier that I'm going to bring back, but I'm trying to understand, John, right? Are you saying that if you are in, and John, I am by no means a saint. Please, I don't want anybody to assume here that I am this saint. No, I've had my fair share of messing around and doing all of that crap. And I'm not saying I'm a changed man, right? I'm just saying this is not coming from a saintly perspective, right? But I just feel like when we're talking about things like marriage, right? Even if we are going to cheat, I'm saying that we should not make it like a standard that we're now making it look at as if that's the only way that it can exist. Now, John, hold on. That aside, I was asking you if you're providing 100%, right? How does that, allow you how does that excuse infidelity? Is it because you are providing 100%?
I never said because you're providing 100%, you should be unfaithful to your wife.
No, John, you had mentioned something. Hold on. I think, sis, except I heard him wrong. You had said something along the lines of,
you probably
hold on, John. Yeah, hold on. So let me quote it. You had said something like, in Africa, if you catch me, you are leaving. If I catch you, you are leaving.
That statement was based on the context of she saying that her friend was now had caught her husband and now went to the UK and found another Oyibo to do it.
Okay.
That was the basis of that conversation. That statement was made in regards to that thing you said. I'm saying, I never said because you're providing 100%, you should cheat. No. If you're providing 100%,
okay, so it has nothing to do with 100%. It just has to do with if you do something like that. Okay. I just wanted to clarify, and I wanted to understand.
It has nothing to do with 100%.
You had said something earlier concerning providing 100%. I really can't remember what you said, right? But I get the assertion, or I feel like, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, and if I'm wrong and I'm mischaracterizing what you said, please let me know. I get the feeling that just because we are providing 100%, right, and I think I disagree with the premise of how we are looking at marriage, because the way you have been describing it, it seems like everybody is in it for themselves.
Let me work on that. Let me work on that assumption.
Yes.
If me and you are earning $3,500 a month, and you expect me to bring all or almost all, while you bring less, is already selfishness.
I agree.
Do you understand? It's already, you are already making it about you. In my home, I would say maybe I do 65, sometimes 70. You understand what I'm saying? Max, I don't think I've done more than in my current. Before, I used to do 95, 98 of everything. In my current home, I do maybe 70. Some months 65, some months 75. Some months 60. What do? I own the house, so I'm not paying any rent on it, but it's my house. I pay the electricity. I pay the children's school fees. At least the 3 children that are in school. The 3 children that are in school. 2 are in the university. One is in primary school. I pay 100% of their tuition. Their mom sends them some allowance every month for 1 or 2. I still give them feeding allowance every month. I don't provide food in the house except what I'm going to eat for myself. Like if I want to eat oha soup, they will give me the bill of the ingredients.
But this is basically 100%.
No.
This is 100%.
No. The children to eat. So the children eat. There are some family treats. Now transportation. The children, because the dynamics of my home is different. I have a 23-year-old who goes to work every day, and me and the mom split her transport. I have an 18-year-old who also goes to work. Me and the mom split her transport. Like I paid for her to go to work this week, so the mom is going to pay next week. Then upper week we're going to be sharing. We usually share those things. So I'll say more like 70, 80. The food the children eat is a lot. Their clothes is taken care of by their mom, and that's also a lot. So it would be fair to say like 70-30.
Yeah.
If I travel abroad, I just go into shops and maybe pick one thing for everybody. Pick one nice t-shirt for my son, something for the children. But the bulk of their clothing, 90 to 95% of their clothing is done by their mom. You understand?
Got it.
What else?
The reason
I don't send anybody monthly allowance. My wife sends her parents, her mom monthly allowance. If there's any emergency in the family or anything that my wife cannot cope, I always contribute to it.
Take care of it.
My wife's phones, I've always bought. The last 2 cars she used, I bought her cars. Her phones, I've always bought. I maintain the cars. I used to fuel the cars, but this one, the fuel don't cost now with the share fuel bill. So if I drive the car and go and fill the tank and the full tank is 60K, I will send it to her and say, you owe me 30K. I fill the tank of my own cars. You understand?
So that Chris, this is what I want to ask, right? Why? And I'll explain it a little bit. I'll ask the question and explain. Why are we counting? I'll tell you why I'm asking that question.
Now, let me say that I'm not counting. I never count. I will count. Yeah, go. Okay, finish.
Hold that thought. Why are we counting, right? Because I've been in a situation where 100% of everything that is happening, I took care of it. But some of the money that is coming on from our side, we are putting it in investments and so many other things. How do you count that? Is that tangible? Because I assume that in a marriage, right, both people should be one, right? And that should be expressed in everything, even including finances, right? So if I'm taking care of 100% of everything, and I find in real estate,
you're not taking care of 100% of everything.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I will let him answer. And you can answer me and tell me I'm not taking care of 100%, no problem. What I'm saying is this, right? If I'm taking care of everything that's going on in the house, bills, electricity, and all of that stuff, right? And then this was the plan. Real estate, something is happening, we find something. What she has as a stash, by the way, joint account is a stash. We use it to do that. Or crypto, or maybe I want to buy a stock and I think it's going to pump and all of that stuff, right? That's how I see it. And at this point now, everything has become almost mixed. And I don't know if you guys see it like that. So I want to ask you, like, how do you process that? Would that be, so tell me, what percentage is that? Like, how would you piece that apart if you're looking at, John, hold on, John, wait. I want to hear that agrees on this, right?
Very good. Let me tell you my own, what I learned from being married before. I don't join finances with my wife. Whatever I can give her, I give her. Whatever I support her with, I support her with. We don't share bank accounts. She might know how much I have. I might know how much she has. I might be able to sign into a bank and take money, and she might be able, she knows my ATM pin and all that, but it ends there. My wife doesn't go to my account to take money, neither do I go to her account to take money. I've learned that one of the best ways to avoid clashes is to separate finance. Is one of the easiest ways to avoid clashes. Let there be a demarcation. This is yours, this is mine, even though we are one. Because the way my wife spends money and the way I spend money are two different things. I can sit down and have 20 million in my bank account and I'll consider myself broke and I'm not going to touch it because I know that 4 months from now, school fees bill will come. I will need this. I will need this. You understand? My wife will spend her money down to zero. She will invest her money. My wife can see an investment and take all her money and put inside. Me, no matter how much I invest, no matter say I won't buy watch or I won't buy car, I won't buy anything, there must shall be some vex money somewhere so that I can have peace of mind. And I notice that if we keep the money together, me that wants to save and somebody that wants to spend, we go to clash.
True.
You understand what I'm saying? So we don't, we have what we are supposed to take care of. This is, she doesn't need to tell me to pay children's school fees. You understand what I'm telling you? There's so many things. Let me give you an example. Before I used to have the whole house, I used to pay the whole house electricity bill, which was a lot of money. So one day my wife came and said no, that she has a section at the back where she keeps freezers and stuff for her academy and for her industrial kitchen, like 8 freezers, the long freezers, all stocked, and they must be on power supply. My wife said no, that she won't, because sometimes I used to complain. This thing is costing me too much. So one day my wife said, you know what? I'm going to say. I said, no need. She said, no, we shall quarrel. Eventually, we shall separated. Now it save me. And for the buy reach 600,000 naira light every month. As she cut that one come out, I spend only like 300k. She spends like another 300k on just that section. So at the end of the day, what works for me might not work for you.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone the other day, and people like us, I'm Torian, we end up being very passionate. And although materialism is not good, materialism is what wakes me up in the middle of the night to come and walk. Do you understand what I look at my watch and I want a gold Rolex. I know that if I do this work, I will get it. So I don't get up to work so that I can pay bills. No. I get up to work to get those things that I like and motivate me. If you know how hard my job is, sometimes I wake up in the morning, I'm on 4 phones, as you will see me. As I did like this phone we don't die like this. I dey work on them. I'm working. This phone is here. I'm working on them. I'm live on 4 phones. You understand what I'm saying? Before this, I was in the restaurant, I was working. What do you think that paying bills is enough for me to justify this amount of work? Me will be lazy man, where I could be sleeping. So I pick. Sorry, I'm going to take. So before let me just land so that people can get my perspective. So I want to get a LV pair of shoes, or I want to get this, or I want to get a Mont Blanc pen, or I want to get one of those silly things I like. I want to make sure I have the latest phone. I want to make sure I have the best cars. I buy my cars brand new, even though I'm in Nigeria. I want to get all those things. So it means I'm going to work. If me and my wife were working and putting the money together, and yes, my wife is using it for great things, building a business. If I know if you buy that motor, I don't go work again. I go just sit down for house, because I'll be looking at it. There will be no motivation for me to get up and go and work. As long as I don't work, don't bring 2 million naira every month or 1 million naira every month. We don't pay whatever I can pay. The rest I go, they sleep, they watch TV, they watch football, or whatever passion I have. You understand? So I also have to make it worthwhile for myself. That extra slugging, there has to, because I know people who have no drive, and when they have no drive, I don't have power. I'm not, as I did like this. I don't want to even be local government chairman. I have no political ambition. As in, I have what you call political poverty. I want to know the local government chairman. I want to know the president. I don't want to be the president. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you understand yourself, you understand how things work. And me and my wife hardly ever have money clashes. Even if we do, they are small, they are few, far between, and minor. There are some homes that once they start to fight on top money like this, the whole house will begin shake. So even though we are one, we have to understand our uniqueness in that our one.
Uniqueness and differences.
I had to learn how to live with a woman inside a room. Because normally I go arrange everything where I like, blah, blah, blah. Now I realize, say, my wife, I think say I get load, my wife get double my load. But if we don't have a room where we settle our fight every night, we come back to every night, it's a problem. As they see me, so I don't like to share toilets. I had to learn it. You understand? I know if you share car.
I do.
I cannot share car with anybody.
All of those things are things that, based on your own personal,
yes,
you look at yourself and how you are, and that was how you designed that coexistence so that there are no issues, right? It's not like you're saying that this is... So the reason why I asked that question was, for some people, it's very different. John, hold on 1 second. It's very different for a lot of people in terms of, I feel like with my spouse, I think I have to have conversations with them, even if I'm making business decisions. So I want to know, is that crazy? And I just want to know, because I know...
No, it's perfect. You see, you have to understand what works for you.
Please, of course. And I also expect... Hold on, John, wait. I also expect that if they're about to make business decisions, that one way or the other, whether it's going to make us more money or it's going to lose us money, the way I look at marriage, I think is very, very different. I look at it from a very different lens. And maybe because I live in America, right? I don't know, maybe that's the case, right? But I feel like when you're talking about marriage, right, I feel like the best case scenario is that there are two people, but they're acting as one unit, right? And that unit is not just in having sex, it's not just in raising children. It's also in... Because I feel like finances are a very important piece as well, right? And I feel like whoever is more... For instance, now, there are situations where I don't know enough, and I'll let my spouse or my partner take the lead with that, right? So maybe it's a business venture and stuff like that. So I think that's very important. So that was why... So that's the reason I now understand, what you're actually saying, and it makes a lot of sense. So that was just what I was coming from. That was where I was coming from.
Savage, back to you doing 100%. You were not doing 100%. You were paying the bills, and your wife was doing the investments. So you were not...
my wife was not doing the investment. I was doing the investment.
So you were taking funds from... You said, and I quote, that you pay the bills, and maybe there is some investments to do. She brings money for those investments. So it's like...
The money is not separate. It's not separate. We don't see it like that.
Let me give you an example. It's like me now. Let's say I earn 100,000 naira. And the bills from the house come up to like 90,000 naira. Instead of me to tell my wife to pay 45, so that I can pay 45 and have 55 to save, I just pay the whole 90,000 naira. And tell her, okay, let's use your own as savings. You're not doing 100%. You guys are doing 50%.
So, John, I went based on what you guys are talking about. When you guys are talking about 50, 100, you're talking about household things. I don't think that you are just... Hold on.
The reason why you want to do 50-50... The reason why you want to do 50-50 with the household things is so that you can actually pay 50 for the household things and have some savings for yourself.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying that this is a new thing that you're introducing. I've never had people talking about 50-50 and they talked about investment. Even most of the time when I'm hearing Nigerians talk about 50-50, nobody's talking about the prosperity of the relationship. They're talking about now. We eat, we buy car, we do this. That's what I'm always hearing. Hold on, John. John, wait now. John, wait. I have never heard anywhere that Nigerians are talking about 50-50. And you guys are even talking about anything outside of the home. So it was based off of that premise that I came from. And that was why I asked at the freeze, because, he's in that situation right now. That's why I was asking him, like, okay, how do you look at that perspective, right? Because now you're saying that those are two different things. I'm saying that when I'm with somebody, I don't see what we are making. I don't see that she has money, I have money. Even what you're calling as 100% or whatever is because I needed to narrow what I'm doing into this conversation so that you guys can understand. I don't
have perspective,
I don't give a shit about... Sorry, I don't care about that, so to speak.
Have you heard this saying that women always say? Your money is our money. My money is my money.
I have a question.
The person me I'm involved with, there's no rhetoric in our relationship. It is me fixing them. Social media is what's determining how we treat ourselves. So it's me fixing them.
The thing is, for example, okay, let me give you an example. When I was married, I remember when my wife wasn't earning so much. But when she sees me foot the bills, like bulk of the bills, you see how big that little she has. She will tell you, even if you're buying the bread, even if you're the breadwinner, let me bring the akara. That's what she always says. So you will not say it's just... I won't say she wasn't doing anything. I will say we were doing 50-50 because what she was bringing was a widow's mite. When it becomes a problem is a woman who earns as much as you do wants you to pay the bills, and hers will just be for her alone for vacations with her friends, to send to her father to do an elaborate birthday, it becomes a problem. It
John,
becomes an absolute big problem.
Can I ask you a question, John?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Now, my car, the car I use, was bought and paid in full by my husband. I put petrol in the car. I pay for the road tax. I pay for the car insurance. Am I not contributing?
Who is driving the car?
I'm driving the car. I take my kids to school. Well, back in the days, I did the school run. Am I not contributing?
You're not.
I'm not.
Yes, you pay for the car in full.
Yeah, and I'm.
Do you know what? Do you know what your mates in? Do you know what your mates in the UK go through to pay for their mortgage, for their car loan, notes? So he paid for the car in full.
Like
He paid for the car in full. He paid for the car in full. You should actually your fueling is not his problem. Perhaps the reason why you're buying the fuel is because you don't even want him to know your itinerary.
No, I'm taking the kids to school and back. Why would I ask him for fuel money when I'm working? I wouldn't ask him for fuel money. These are little things I can sort out.
Let's say that means you're doing 0.05%. You're trying.
Using that. Good.
Huh?
See?
So John, may I ask you and Daddy Freeze a question as well? And
Go ahead.
honestly, I'm trying to learn a lot of things from what I'm hearing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So does a woman, so if they are kids, right? Does caring for the kid account for anything in the grand scheme of a relationship?
Caring for your
It doesn't
kids.
matter.
Caring for her kids, our kids, or caring for kids that I bought from ShopRite.
The kids that you both have together.
We both have together. The same time she's caring for them, I'm caring for them.
Let me explain something to you. For example, the dynamic of my house. I spend more time. The one I spend the least time with is my son. I spend more time with the girls. I try to figure out what they're doing. I try to get into their head. I try to have conversations with them. I try to educate them, teach them about boys, tell them what to be careful of. You understand? It's a whole job on its own. So when you say take care of the children, once children reach 6 years old, there's no care you are giving to the child except taking them to school. You understand? There's no care. They can basically, like Baby Freeze. My children take care of me. When I woke up today, I went out with the mom. I told my 18-year-old, please help me make my room. You understand? They know their mom has made my food. They just bring it, serve it for me. When I wake up in the night, all those things I eat in the middle of the night, my children will put it there. Sometimes I wake up, there's nothing. I go and wake them up. Please, you did not bring my food. Get me plate, get me this. They'll go and get it for me. So what exactly is taken care of in a child? Baby Freeze has lesson teacher, so none of us does homework with him. I'm not remember, maybe my wife has done homework once or twice. When me, I did homework with him, I nearly buy the picking. Because I cannot understand how you are not getting it. I will tell you slap. I'm very impatient. So he has lesson teacher that does homework with him. Once a child is 6 years old, by 6 years old, you don't teach him how to bath. Now supervised, you are not feeding him. You're not taking care of a child is taking care of a 3-year-old that cannot eat by himself. By 6 years old, they don't sabi use toilet, wash up. Abi, they don't sabi bath. Some days they go pass you, they go they smell, you come like, you have not go and wash the armpit again. You understand? By the time a child is 10 years old, there is no care you are giving that child again that require that the father and the mother cannot do. There is no specialized care that requires one specific parent anymore. Once the child don't enter 10, don't sleep. Do you understand? So when a woman says taking care of the children, let me give you an example. If I married at 30 and my wife was 28, and we are now 70 and 68. Are you listening to me, John? 70 and 68. Between 30 and 70 and 28 and 68 is 40 years. Inside that 40 years, my wife only needed specialized training for the children for maximum 10 years. Because if you have 2 children, then there's a 5-year gap. I have another 2 children. Those other 2 children will help you raise the smaller ones. Like baby Freeze, for instance. I just wake up at 12 and see he has gone to school. His sisters between themselves will cook his food, wait for how he's going to get to school, sort him out. So if we are together for 40 years, that you're specialized, I am a woman, I have to take care of the children, is 10 years out of 40 years. That's only 25%. It's nothing big. That 10 years includes your pregnancy. That 10 years includes your giving them a bobby to drink.
That difference, even the pregnancy.
So how do you rate something that only happens for 10 years as a major contribution towards the marriage?
That difference, even that 9 months of pregnancy is come sir.
John, don't say that, please.
Yes,
No.
Yes,
John, you see, that's 3 years of a child's life. And why am I putting 6 years?
That
Because
9 months of pregnancy.
if you have 2 children and there's 3 years in between them, it means there is a 3-year period where your wife is going to go under a lot of stress, and another 3-year period where she's going to go under a lot of stress.
The question is that time she goes under that lot of stress, don't she wake me up at night, at midnight, to go and buy ice cream? Is that not stress?
It is now.
You think driving out at 2 a.m. is not stress?
So what I'm trying to say, John, is who had the kids? Who had the kids? Unless we are planning to.
Guys can't. No.
Unless we are planning to divorce.
Nah.
We can't do what?
You can't talk about pregnancy. You guys.
No, why can't we talk about it?
Nah. You're not the one carrying it.
As long as, hold on.
The care
John, hold on. It costs exactly $15,000 to have a surrogate. $15,000. That's how much it costs. I don't know anywhere but in Nigeria. So if I buy you a $15,000 Rolex, I've paid you for that pregnancy. Because that's all it will cost. No, hold on. That is all it will cost me if I wanted to outsource it. Like, for instance, I marry this Lamborghini girl, Sophia, be waiting me her name. I no come won't make that body spoil. We carry one of her egg inside her crate of egg. I carry my own. I carry my own. We go and put inside somebody else, and that person will cost me $15,000. The more now, hold on. The more women make pregnancy look like a big thing, the more we can make you realize that look, plus pregnancy, plus giving birth, it can be outsourced, and it is easily outsourced.
It's not easily outsourced.
It is very easily. Very easily. Why? What makes it not easily?
Maybe in Nigeria.
It's $15,000 US. So if I've got you a Hermes bag before, I've paid you for what it is that you did for. And if you have 4 children, I buy you 4 Hermes bags. Keep quiet. I don't pay for them.
That is freeze. And John.
So remains one more. I have 4 children. I have 3 Hermes bags. So remains one more. I'm going to show my husband this life.
You where they don't buy motor for?
According to you, Daddy Freeze.
No, you where they don't buy motor for? They don't pay you in full since. Now you they owe your husband.
Daddy Freeze, I beg, make I talk. My sister, I think you're doing a big injustice to what was just said, right? Because you just watered down the whole. You started with John should not talk about pregnancy, but when a Hermes bag was mentioned, now you need one more. I feel like you just did your womanhood. Women, you just sold everybody out. Now, let me go back to my point, right? Daddy Freeze.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a dichotomy of experiences when it comes to children, right? And I can see people's comments. I have a daughter, and she's 6 years old, right? And I think that having kids in America and having kids in Nigeria is very different. I can say that.
Absolutely.
Because I grew up in Nigeria and I know it's very different, right? But the phrase, you cannot put a price on what it means to have a child, in my opinion, here. Right?
Why? Don't listen. Do people have surrogates?
Wait, Daddy Freeze, please wait. Daddy Freeze, please wait. Daddy Freeze, please wait. Right? Contrary to what a lot of you might think, I'm a very traditional man. There's a way that I want my woman. I don't want all this. When I hear all these stupid girls talking about, it doesn't appeal to me. It's stupid, right? I'm very traditional, right? But my traditional, being traditional does not mean that I don't have empathy for what other people experience. For instance, I was a hands-on father. I have only one daughter. I'm not having another child anymore. I'll tell you why. Very simple. I cannot do the work anymore. I can't. I can't. I don't have the strength to wake up at 4 a.m. I don't have the strength. Oh, John, let me finish.
Let him finish.
You guys have had it with them.
Let him finish.
I just don't have the strength. It was very stressful. And one day I sat down because it was a difficult time. So when my daughter is crying at 4 a.m., I bring her downstairs so that her mom can sleep. But when I sit down there, one of the things I always ask myself is, how do one parent do this? I don't know how, right? In Nigeria, you might not feel it because there's a community of people and things like that. But when it comes to being a hands-on parent, right? When you want to be deliberate with children, when you want to make sure that, for instance, right now,
John, before you talk, I want to say something.
A lot of people, guys, hold on one second, right? Now, I guess a lot of people raise their kids with, and I'm trying to tell you that maybe this is why my own experience is different, right? I'm owning up, right? Maybe this is why my experience is different. My daughter is 6 years old. She does not have a computer tab. She doesn't have electronics, right? Even she doesn't watch Disney. There are certain things that I make her watch, which is like maybe history, cartoons that are African and things like that, right? Because of maybe that is the deliberate, because I'm very deliberate about that type of thing. Maybe that is why mine is stressful. And that's why I can't understand when you guys are saying that raising a kid is just simple.
No,
right?
we're two different things. Having a kid and raising a kid. What we're talking about is having the child. Yes.
Yeah, that is hold on. And there's also another realm that I think that I need to just call out. That if it's you and John, as men, right? Let us be honest with ourselves. There are things that we can relate with, but you cannot understand them. Pregnancy is one of them. You might be able to get a sense. Somebody might be able to describe to you that this is what it is. Somebody might be able to describe to you this is what menstrual pain feels like. But you cannot know. The same way a woman will never be able to experience what pecus and how sweet pecus is because she does not have a bula. You can explain, you can give some kind of assumption. But
you see, I want you to understand something. Sorry, Savage. I want to bring you back before John.
I'll round off now.
Oh, yeah, round off.
What I'm trying to say in essence is this. I understand that we have perceptions about how we think things are, but I feel like we need to be able to understand that there are some things that are just not in our realm to be able to understand. And pregnancy, cramps, and all of those things. And I'm not saying that women using it as an excuse is okay.
That is where we're coming from.
Saying things like that. Let's not say.
Now, John, before you say anything, I want to say something. Hold on. Before you say anything, God, I want to ask you a question. God, imagine you are in America. You came down to do Dirty December in Nigeria. Like you came last year now. Not be last year, me and you do meeting.
Yeah, it was.
So imagine as you come, the house where they say they get one house girl. So you go drink Nigeria beer, you know say the shark. Now so you drink and finish. Bench the girl. You did not plan it. Bench the girl. You can't go back America. The girl can't call you, say she don't get belly. You don't believe in removing pregnancy. Right? So now I want to ask you, how much of the birthing process, the pregnancy process with that house girl are you going to be a part of? Is it not just money you will send? I'm asking you. Is that house girl not going to have that child?
The house girl is not.
I guess she will.
The house girl is not your wife. Now I want us to go. So I want to break this down a little.
That doesn't even matter. So, but please go on.
Uh-huh.
Even if I see the point.
You see where no matter what, she go still born the pikin. You understand?
Number one, I know they drink.
Okay, let's say they put it go inside. Let's say you this thing happened to my neighbor. He opened fridge and saw cake and ate cake. No, say na brownie dey inside. So let's just imagine that for one reason or the other, you had a fling and the girl got pregnant. So now your wife being pregnant and the house girl being pregnant, are they two different? Is the house girl a chicken while your wife is a human being? That you will decide that, oh, you are pregnant, Abby, take money. Is she not going to go through the birthing pains and all those pains you describe? Or that is meant only for your wife? Because all of a sudden now it's no longer women, it is the woman you married that giving birth is now a big thing. Meanwhile, you don't give other people belly outside. And you know, the only thing when they call you say, I'm trying to get somewhere. So they are calling you and they say, you don't give this person belly. Okay, what do we do? You're not going to go and rob the person's stomach. You just at best send money. Then when the child is a certain age, you start to pay school fees. You get where they go. Why did I put a price on having children? Because that is what women bring to the table and say, this is the great thing that I have done. This thing that you are seeing, I deserve you to pay 80% of my bills for this thing that I have done. And I want you to realize that if you are married to a woman, if she's waking up because the pregnancy no grey and sleep, 70% of the time you are waking up with her.
You're awake. Thank you.
If she's throwing up, even if you are lying down on the bed and she's in the bathroom, from there you ask her, are you okay?
What's the difference between the person throwing up and me with the cleaner?
I follow my wife go do antenatal. My ex-wife and my current wife. All the children I follow and go do antenatal. Of course, my contribution to the birthing process cannot be more than 20%. Now she carried the load. Hold on. I change diapers. When my child, Baby Freeze, was small, I change diapers. When Baby Freeze is sick, now me they do hospital run. Because my wife's work is so demanding. Even when my wife's mother was living with us, when she was going through treatment, now me they carry her go hospital 80% of the time alone. Then the remaining 20 or 30% of the time, me and my wife. You understand what I'm telling you? So we are not saying that we will not take part of the process. When me and my wife are alone and there's a baby in the house, they will leave me with baby at home. It has happened many times, and I will play with baby. Baby, I will beg him to sleep, sleep so I can catch some sleep. Once he wakes up, I don't wake up with him. And once he wake up, he don't poo, you have to clean him. You understand? So we all went through this. Now, for women that carry this on their you don't know what pregnancy is. You don't know what pregnancy is. You don't know what pregnancy is. Now, I'm ending here. Your sole responsibility to a child ends when that child is 6 years old. At 6, there is nothing you can do that I can no longer do. So if we are married for 40 years, your specialization, pregnancy and giving birth, is never more than 6 years. So why do I have to pay for 34 years for something I can get for 6 years? Why? Because you are making it so big. Oh, do you know what it is to give birth? And I said it. I can have 10 children today. All I need to do is look for 10. All I need to do is have $15,000, $150,000, find 10 surrogates, and I will have 10 children in 1 month, in 9 months.
The Chinese are trying to make it cheaper for us. There is a robot that is being designed that can actually incubate a zygote from fertilization to 9 months. However, let me go to this point about pregnancy. Pregnancy is not easy. Nobody is downplaying pregnancy. But the annoying part is when you people downplay the role the father plays during pregnancy.
Thank you.
It is selfish, stupid, and malicious.
Manipulating, gaslighting.
Madam, let me tell you something. I know of a guy that the wife woke up at 3 a.m. and told him that she wants to eat shawarma. She wants to eat dynamic shawarma in GRA, Port Harcourt. He drove out to Sleepy Eyes. That was the last we heard of that boy. He had a ghastly car accident and he died. Was it not the pregnancy that killed him too?
Ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ gbọ́ yẹn yín jọ̀mọ́.
Was it not the pregnancy that killed him?
Hour of the morning. Why would he?
You never see woman where they crave. Pregnant woman where they crave for you.
Women come up with cravings during pregnancy.
I have cravings, but I never told my husband.
Who satisfy the cravings?
You don't forget, say your husband don't give you money. Say, hey, you go and sort this out. Me, I'm here raising the money.
Your husband don't give you money, make it a self-security man.
No, I don't have cravings that early. People are different. I was on crutches.
John, you have chosen one single situation. And you are trying to conflate it to a whole. How do you have arguments like
of a woman who died during pregnancy?
But you're not arguing with a woman. Me, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just explaining things. So I don't know why you're all fired up and you feel like saying what that.
I get agitated when people tell me about pregnancy.
Nobody told you about pregnancy. You're just getting hyped up for nothing. Because you are making an argument to something that is inside your mind that nobody has made. I've not made that argument. I just said pregnancy. Did you hear? Do you remember what I said? Do you remember what I said? I'll say it again. There are some things that you can say, you can relate, you understand the problem, or you understand whatever it is, but you cannot understand. Let me give you another example as a man. Maybe if I give you the side of a man, maybe you calm down, because I guess it is the woman thing that's getting your hyped up. John, women that have not gone to war, you can describe war to them, but they cannot understand what it means to be on the front line. How is that something we are arguing about? That there are certain experiences that you cannot explain to somebody, they can't understand it. That's what I've said. So why are you getting all fired up? Okay, all the women that are there, all those Ukrainian women that you say they are in Dubai right now doing what they are doing, how can a man from Ukraine that is at the war front explain to them? Can they understand?
All right, Beauty Glams, I want to bring Dr. Peterson back. Help me press X.
John, I'm not disagreeing with you. That is what I'm saying. I'm just making the point that there are certain things that you have to
Pop my money gun if you're enjoying the conversation.
They can understand it.
Body Glams, please help me press X.
Egod.
Different things.
We are talking about two different pregnancy scenarios. We are talking about pregnancy. You won't be women who get pregnant by.
Sorry, Body Glams, please help me press X so I can bring the other guy that I took off to bring you.
The responsibility of that pregnancy alone. We're not talking about men who are present in their spouse's pregnancy journey. Men who are present in their spouse's pregnancy journey play a part in that pregnancy, I won't say just like the woman, but they play a part in that pregnancy.
A huge part.
John, I am not arguing that with you guys.
Even labor pain. These days, men partake in labor pain. Because that time when she could punch you, say, now you don't pay me. If you punch you, I meant to come.
John, no be waiting like that. I don't follow you argue. Say man no be dey involved. Say you no get hardship when man they encounter. Based on say woman get belle. I just dey tell you, say the way woman take talk am, say it get some kind of things where they say, if you know dey there, if you no experience them, you no feel know. They fit explain am give you. And now why they tell you, say, Baba, I know boys we don't go, what say badass boys, we say when they come back, my G. If they explain, give me, I don't feel understand. I never, how many times you don't hear like 400 crackers. If they knock like 400 banger around you, you know how you go take feel. You cannot stimulate that. Somebody can explain to you and say, oh, pants, it makes my belly cool and all of that stuff. I'm saying you don't have that experience. So John, hold on 1 second. John, hold on. So I'm just trying to let you know that I've not argued with what you have said. I have not said what you have said is wrong. I have not said that you don't have a valid point that men also suffer certain hardships as a result of supporting their women who are pregnant. I'm not conflating that. I was sticking to the point where you guys were talking about pregnancy that, she was talking about her mess back. And I'm saying that no, we cannot just talk about hardship of pregnancy like that. Because even though you have, she dey punch you, she dey crave, it's different from what the experience truly is. And even though you cannot relate with it, you can at least understand it. They can express it to you. Now, why they tell you, say, Your boy, now you use explanation. Say they don't let boys with the Ukraine come out from Ukraine because of war. Those girls where they Dubai now, we say that they do 1 or 2. Those guys
You say 1 or 2.
So
Sorry, hold on. Let Dr. Peter talk.
So the difference between these two situations, the difference between these two situations, God, is the difference between these
Am
two
I back
situations
now?
And the pregnancy thing.
Maybe I should take and come back.
And the
No. John, can you see me?
I can see you that first.
Am I rolling?
No, you're not.
Yeah, you are on my screen.
Okay, don't worry. Since you can hear my voice, continue because we will soon end. So, John, let Dr. Peter talk. Make we hear your own version. Guys, if you're enjoying the super chat, super stickers, and super likes on YouTube, but nobody don't buy a single star on Facebook. I won't leave. Make I go chop suya with my wife. When I know they try. We're enjoying the conversation. We have over 540 people inside it. Don't forget SIRA, Savvy Initiative Recognition Awards, going down on the 4th of October 2025 in Chicago at the Moonlight Studios. It's going to be an awesome experience. If you are in America, savvyinitiatives.com. Check that out and get your tickets now. Over to you, Dr. Peter.
All right, I clearly hear what John is saying. And I hear what God is saying as well. Now, the point John is trying to make is you do not minimize the effort of the men when it comes to pregnancy. That is a clear point he's making. At the same point, he's also saying that when it comes to pregnancy, he do understand the pain the women go through. But every single narrative we hear out there is that the men are not contributing anything to that particular
anything tangible.
God bless you. Brother, God bless you.
Exactly. Now, when it comes to child upbringing, both parents are involved, not a single parent. And of course, there is data out there that says that single parenting is bad on the boys more. In fact, they tend to live shorter life compared to their counterparts when there is no fatherhood involved in that particular parenting. So when that phrase is saying that between the 0 to 6, that is when you have this sort of caring for that child, I would say is even from 0 to 4. Because after 4, the input of the father and the input of the mother become almost the same. It's the same. It's square on. And on top of that, remember, if John is saying that he's going to provide for that child, it means that both the diaper, both the formula they are using, the milk, both the clothing, both the education, every resources that is needed to bring that child up in a very responsible manner, the father is involved. The shelter, the father is involved. Okay, so there is no way we should minimize the effort of the fathers when it comes to pregnancy and when it comes to childbearing and all of that. John is not minimizing the role women play when it comes to pregnancy. I do get that. It's a whole lot of work. But at the same time, the men are also bearing the brunt of that end as well. So it's a 2-in-1 approach.
All right. Daddy Chris.
Yeah.
This is something that I see a lot of us do, right? And I'm going to call it out. That is phrase, if I say you are good looking, it does not mean I'm saying that John is ugly. It's just that you are the one that we're talking about currently, right? Okay. And I've realized that what has happened, and that's why I was asking John why he was fired up. It was because I was saying something that supported maybe women. John felt that he needed to make a counterpoint. We don't always have to do that. If we want to talk about something, we can stay on topic. That phrase, I can say John is fine. Because we're talking about John's shirt. We can say, oh, John has a nice camo shirt on. There's nothing wrong with that. We don't need a counterpoint to that the Freeze's shirt is fine too. It's a very watered down conversation at that point. So my brother, I get what you're saying. Yeah, and that was why I was saying, John, hold on 1 second. Bro, John, hold on. I'm just saying that there was no point. And you guys said something right now. And bro, when you were talking, you brought another rhetoric into the conversation. And maybe that's how everybody's mind is working. I am always focusing on the conversation I'm having with people I am with right now. I'm not bringing any other rhetoric I had somewhere yesterday or something that happened somewhere else. I don't do that, right? And it seems to me that that's what happened because now I understand why John was fired. Because you were saying that there's a rhetoric that when women are pregnant, they water down. Me, I didn't know that.
You know, there's a general rhetoric, bro.
Hold on now, John, let me finish.
You're lying if you say
let me finish
that.
John, I'll let you go. No. John, hold on. No, I know that. I'm saying that was not introduced in this conversation. It's in you people's minds, right? But me, I didn't know that. Nobody openly said that. If somebody had openly said that, I'm not going to be arguing. Like, okay, maybe that's the case, right? But nobody openly said that. So I was wondering, it's like you're arguing something inside your mind that I am not aware of. And that's why I was wondering what is going on. I can say that the phrase, is a fine. He did not. I can say that the phrase is a fine man. It does not mean, doctor, you are ugly. If John says I'm a good-looking man, it doesn't mean that everybody else is ugly. We don't always have to do this thing where we must create a dichotomy for us to be able to have a conversation. That's just my thing, and that's why I'm very confused. But I get it now.
Egon, we understand that there have always been this impression that women try to push out there, that pregnancy that they carry is something that they do as a favor to women. That once they can, sometimes they actually feel that they actually drink pap to get pregnant. They don't believe that there's a male input in pregnancy. They feel
I know that group chat. I'm not in that WhatsApp chat.
I'm telling you this because I know that 80% of the women on this live share that narrative. They think pregnancy is a burden that God gave them and did not give man any burden. So why should they? In fact, some of them, I had a young Gen Z girl saying that she cannot have child for any man. That no man is worth having a child, changing her body for. I understand it's her body, it's her decisions, but we need to understand that men also go through a lot psychologically, financially, emotionally during that pregnancy journey. Men go through a whole lot.
John, I'm not disagreeing with you, but John, let me ask you a question. John, bro, please give me 1 second. Please. John, if you come back from outside right now, and you just had all of these difficult things that have happened just because you're a man trying to provide, right? And you come in and you're trying to tell your wife about those things. And then your wife started bringing up how the electricity in the house was bad or the dishwasher did not work and all of that stuff. Does it not invalidate everything you just said? Because you have your own hardships too, right? So they can have their hardship and we can have our hardship too. But it's not for us to use it against each other. It's for us to
understand that. We're not using it against them.
Men have their own difficulties.
No, we're not using it against them.
Women can have it with their pregnancy.
Men can have it that when they mention theirs, they should not in any way water down ours.
Not just that, invalidate, not just that, but invalidate the contribution of the man. There was a stat that came out recently in the UK, I think about 2 weeks ago, where they were trying to look at people, as in two parents, when it comes to looking after the child, who wakes up the more. They said that when the child is crying in the morning or earlier hours of the morning, for instance, when the mother is awake, the father is equally awake, even when they are pretending not to be awake. And when the cry goes much higher, then the father responds and also contributes to the upbringing of that particular child. Now, the point I've made earlier is this, like, we shouldn't invalidate any effort from both parties. But what we keep hearing oftentimes is that the men are not contributing enough. And I'm saying that's not true. The men are equally contributing. Now, when you look at the biology of pregnancy, the female body is wired to actually carry pregnancy in the first instance. Let's not forget that particular aspect of the biology, okay? So the body is configured when that time comes to be able to accept, accommodate, and carry that child for 9 months, okay? Now, you also need the physical support and all of that. When the pregnancy is ongoing, the men also go through that sort of pressure to ensure that, is this child going to be okay? I need to work this, I need to put this thing in place to ensure that once the child arrives, they come into a comfortable home. That is where the word father comes in, protection, provision, and all of that. So let's also give credit to the men, while at the same time, we give credit to the women. That's my point.
Simple. That's all we're saying.
That's all we're saying. That's it, because in a nutshell.
I don't know how we arrived here.
That labor pay, what did they talk about? $1,500, $1,700 a pediatric server.
You see, John, at the end of the day, John, let me also say something. John, let me say something.
But John, don't forget that when it comes to the epidural, right? So you pick up a lifelong
conditions, yes. Now, John, let me say something. You see, John.
This is what we think about women these days.
I didn't know this is how we think about women today.
John.
I'm late to the party.
John, let me say something, and let me end it here.
Blown, man.
Let me end it here. Let me end it here. Okay, before I will allow you to talk, but let me just say the last thing, then you end. Yes, I know. Let me say something.
Yeah,
you
that
see,
if it's not administered properly.
John, now you they send me that.
The same way I can take a bullet on my head if I'm coming back from by 2 a.m. from a night shift because I have to provide. See, everything in life is about risk.
John,
Everything we go through in life.
Hold on.
Competition between you and a woman.
John.
I don't understand. I've not made it a competition. They're the ones that made it a competition.
John, let me say something, yeah.
When? On this live show?
John.
The fact that I have to pick up extra night shifts to provide for that epidural, I could get shot on my way back from work because I picked up extra night shift outside working hours.
But John,
I
you
need you.
also need to.
John, you know the point you just made is idiotic. You're an idiot. Like what? See, when people will say these things, I just look at you guys. You know why? Because my job is risky. My job is as risky as giving birth to a child.
All right, now, let me end here.
What I go through every day is as risky as giving birth to a child. And I'm not joking about it.
Because John has to go to Congo and all those war-torn places to go and work.
Sometimes I fly choppers for 4 hours. Any small thing, fasten your seatbelt. You don't fall inside water. Odogu don't go. You don't tell me.
Odogu don't turn to Diego.
Odogu don't go now. You don't go.
So hold on. Let me say something, because we need to end here. Hold on. Let me say something so we can end here. Women pay for pregnancy with their body. John, now you send me that girl Comfort. You say you like her bobby, her bobby. And me and you both agree that if 2 children drink that bobby, you know if you stand like that.
No, if the 2 children drink that bobby, you could like slippers.
So that's what a woman pay. You, after 2 children, now as you be like this, now so you go be.
No.
So women contribute that.
Not true. After 2 children, you see the stress of provision on my face.
Agreed. But your bobby no go sag.
On my face.
Your bobby no go sag.
But I know if to go gym often. I know go they spend 7 or 5 hours on gym because I got bills to pay. My belly go big.
There's no winning John in this.
My belly go big.
All right, guys, we end here. It's been a wonderful conversation. We had 2 and we had 4 and against. I enjoyed myself totally. There's really no winner at the end of the day. Everybody comes and shares their perspective.
No vanquish,
No, at the end of the day, what works for you? I say this all the time. If today you give me $20 million like this, first thing tomorrow morning, I'm on Old Bond Street in the Audemars Piguet shop. When I'm done there, I'm going to Richard Mille. John might decide he wants to buy 20 houses. Savi might decide that he wants to start 50 startup companies. Dr. Peterson might decide that he wants to build a research center. We all do we do us.
Yes, are you prophesying into my life?
I'm prophesying. I'm just giving an example. So there's nobody is wrong and nobody is right at the end of the day. You understand? It is what works for you. And sometimes there is no man whose wife gives birth that doesn't tell on him.
Yes, thank you.
He will tell on you as
Even
a guy.
at work.
And sometimes women need to take a step back from giving themselves praise.
That means their own is even better that they give them maternity leave. We'll go work this place.
So at the end of the day, women also need to take a step back
They get maternity leave.
and give praise to the men who are also going through a lot. I gave birth to your children. It's not your children. We also need to tone that down. And that's what I was trying to prove, because doctors here have said you don't need more than 4 years for a child. After that 4 years, anything for that child can be done by both of us in equal measure. Sometimes you find out that once the child is 4, 5, it becomes more of the man's responsibility. So I gave birth to our children. Yes, it is great. But as long as a woman can come and do it for you for a price, then you also need to start valuing the man that is willing to pay that price for you. Come in. So here's where we are ending it all. We might continue with the conversation again tomorrow because I see it's heated. A lot of people are already sending me DMs and stuff. No problem. We continue with the conversation tomorrow if you all want. Do take care. John, thank you so much for taking time off. You left your chicken to come and join us. Dr. Peterson. Yes. Dr. Peter Isimia. What's that? I always call you Peterson.
It's okay, Dr. Peter Immersi.
Immersi. Thank you. Just sounds like Peterson. Thank you very much. Savage, God. God bless you. Thank you, guys. And everybody who enjoyed, go and pop my money gun. Superstar, super stickers, and super likes so that I can come tomorrow. Today I had no energy and I've been here for almost 3 hours. 1 hour 155 minutes. 180 is 3 hours. So I've been here with you for 3 hours short of 25 minutes. So guys, make it worth my while so I can come tomorrow. If not, I know go just answer now. Take care, everybody. God bless. See y'all tomorrow.
Sounds good. Thank you. Have a good one, guys. John.